Hello and welcome to the Nanofilm Improv Comedy Podcast. I'm Dave Heron. This podcast does not seek to try to teach you how to do improv comedy. No, there's plenty of those around. This podcast charts my own personal journey in the art form, the trials and tribulations I've had, the small successes I've had along the way, from tricks and techniques that I've learnt either from other improvisers that I performed or been to classes with, or indeed just things I've thought about on my own. So you're very welcome in joining me on this podcast series. So this week we conclude our interview with the wonderful improviser Emily Joy, and we find out a little bit more about some of the challenges she's faced on her improv journey.
When you go into a rehearsal, you go into a show, or you go to a course workshop, is there something, regardless of what the focus is of that session, is there something you always go, this is what I must remember to do, or do you just kind of go into it freeform?
The biggest thing for me, I think, is going in listening. I think you can't give anything to a scene if you're not listening, whether that's a scene that you're on the sidelines of or a scene that you're in. If you're not listening to what is happening, you're never going to be in the scene because you're in your head. You're in another scene that you're thinking up of. I
think you're very good at that. I think you're very good at the active listening. There are scenes that I can remember where I have, gone off on one and gone completely like.
I have no clue what you mean. This is so unlike you.
You should know, because this is the feedback you very much gave, and then was supported by
Listen to me.
Finally, someone else is validating the fact you're all over the place. Stay with it. And the scenes that we've done, you've been such a good active listener because you've called things out. Now, and I cite most of our scenes because I fuck them up, but basically scenes where you go, I don't know what you want anymore.
I love that you keep harking back to this one scene we did.
No, it's multiple scenes. So the listeners, if you ever come and see a We Are Dave show and you hear Emily go in character, I don't know what you want anymore. 1 minute you want this, the next. That's basically
it's not
Emily, the improviser,
it's not
saying, what the fuck is going on here? That's code. So, but all jokes aside, you're excellent active listening because you call out minute detail. And there was a lighthouse scene we did at the Lambeth Fringe where we were talking about running the lighthouse and the accountability or responsibility of doing that. And then it started digressing into accountability. And then we had a spat where we were talking about, correct me if I'm wrong, you wouldn't know what it's like to send an email in a working environment. So anyway, basically we were talking about managing a lighthouse and how difficult that was just working in an office. Yeah. And I think that was what we were talking about, how sending an email was easier than breathing in the air or something or other. But the point is lost. The analogy was shit and I'm garbling it. The point is that you were actively listening and responding in real time rather than what some improvisers do. And I'm certainly guilty of this, is going, I don't know how to respond to that. I think you work best as an improviser when, as you say, when you're listening, but actually in those kind of back and forth, that normally when you start improv scenes, when you're starting off in your journey on it, people go, no, don't ask questions. Don't get antagonistic. I think you thrive, maybe I'm wrong, but some of the most comfortable scenes I have with you are ones where it's effortlessly back and forward. Yeah. And it's almost like a real argument, and maybe it is. Yeah. But you're kind of then just running on emotion and kind of and it just, as I say, it just feels effortless.
And I think for me, such a large part of improv is being curious. Yeah. And for me, you can't be curious without questions or without digging. So
but you call people out on it as well. You call people out, We've
done that's just scenes. Me and my personality.
Pedantry. But you call people out. There was another thing we did at Shoreditch Balls, probably about 2 years ago, I guess, where we were running a carnival, a circus. Yeah. And somebody said something about where they live. I think it was maybe Lewis's character. And you said, no, hang on. That's not what you did. Yeah. That's not what you said. You lived somewhere else. Yeah. You called people out on correcting them. Oh. So that's a great example of like activism, but also just pocketing it and not forgetting about it. We're going, no, hang on, that doesn't make sense of the sequence of events.
That's very kind of you, because what you call active listening and pocketing, I call shit stirring. But no, I think it is because that's again where some of the comedy can lie, of making people or asking people to justify things.
But doesn't that come back to the confidence bit, right? The fact that's why I feel that it comes across as you are more confident now, because to do that playfulness on stage, particularly the one where we had on stage at, I think it was the Bell Pub in Waterloo, where you started doing it. I mean, it was a bit of a mess of a gig.
But it's one of my favourite, because that for me is the embodiment of improv should be fun.
Yeah.
Was it perfect improv? No.
No.
Were there things technically that we did that probably an improv teacher would like cringe at? Yeah. Did we laugh and did the audience laugh? Yes.
Yes. Yeah. It was the scene where you decided to put on an accent, tiny accent, was it?
I said, it was a northern accent.
Yeah.
That's it, because you kept pushing me to be like, but where? And I was
where
like,
are you from?
Northern brackets general.
But where exactly are you from?
Because I'm bad at accents. And there was me trying to improve myself and do characters. And you're like, about that.
That was your goal for the month, right?
Yeah. It's my goal for every month, learn to do a character. Accent.
Yeah. But again, it speaks to the confidence. The fact that we're now in a position where we kind of, I hate saying this, break the rules, because I don't believe there are rules, they're just guidance. But you're in a situation where we're not just asking questions, it's deliberate interrogation, where the audience know what's happening. I mean, I remember another one where you, Lewis and Mikey, were at Hoopla, and we'd somehow or other were doing a scene about the fact that I still had mini discs. And someone said, I said, I save films onto mini discs.
Yeah.
And then someone said, name your top 10 films you've put onto a mini disc, right? And it was like, and you guys would not let me up at 5 or 6. I had to go through a whole, and then querying, like, I think I said Jurassic Park, and Mikey said, which one? 2. But the interrogation is part of the playfulness now.
Yeah.
And you can only get to that stage if you are confident around the people that you're with. And it's safe. It's not just, I've got your back, the usual sort of improv. I've got your back. No. You are totally in safe hands. That's the reason why we're here. Yeah. If anything, I'm trying to break the reality, or break you, and trying to create the fun.
Well, I think it's the biggest compliment of going, I know you can handle this.
Yeah.
Because challenging people on stage or doing things like that, that's like, throwing them under the bus of, do this thing that I know is going to be really tricky, or, like when you spontaneously kind of give someone else a characteristic of going, oh, well, you were about to rap that. And I love it because it's that slight element of jeopardy. The audience know it as well, but there's an understanding of all of us of, I wouldn't do this to you if I didn't think you could A, do it, or B, handle it. But I think, again, that comes from being friends, doing improv together for a long time, and being open with that stuff as well. But I think all of us are open to making tits out of ourselves as well.
So that's really interesting, because I think you have to be able, I remember Ed said this to me once, you have to be able to relinquish control. And so many people are not willing to relinquish control. Yeah. And that's what do I mean by that? I'm talking specifically about individuals, either they're not confident, they have to be controlling the scene. So most of the time they're the high status character. Not me.
Well, because famously you've never actually had control of a scene in your life. You think you do, but you don't.
It's all a myth. I know that. But you think about certain folk that we know, we performed with, done classes, courses, etc. with, who are really lovely people. But blimey, when they start doing improv scenes, and I've definitely done this. I've definitely done this for quite a long period of my improv journey. I'm only over the last 2-3 years, I think, beginning to relinquish it, but just taking control. Yeah. Right. And you said it earlier on, like going into a workshop and you feel almost the reverse. Yeah. Where actually I don't want to be seen to be trying to take control. And it's a really difficult one to sort of do. But if you can't relinquish control, you can't then have the worry of there is failure here. And I'm absolutely of the belief the best improv I have seen is improv which looks impressive. So the audience look at it and go, there's no way on earth I could do that. Yeah. It has to be playful as well, right? It has to look like the improvisers having fun. If they look like going through the motions, like, here's another game. It's like, okay, well, you have to be making each other laugh. So I feel like I'm watching in on you having a laugh. I think that it has to be those two things. And if it isn't, that's not to say the improv isn't bad, but the audience just have to look at that and go, well, I could probably do that.
Yeah.
And as soon as they're going that, it's a bit like the old magician thing, isn't it? It's like, if you know how the trick works, it's like...
It's not impressive anymore.
It's not impressive anymore.
No.
You know?
No. And that, for me as well, is one of the highest compliments I think any improviser can get. And we've had it after a couple of shows where people come up to you and they go, yeah, but you rehearsed that, didn't you? Or you knew what you were going to say in advance.
My mum said
no.
that. My mum said that at the an archer. I mean, I did have to drag her along as it was like, come and see my nativity play. She said it was good. It was good afterwards.
Yeah.
But she came along, saw the show, and said, I think we'd got a location which was Bird World.
Yeah.
We'd asked for a location from the audience, got Bird World.
Yep.
And she came up to me and said, I love the fact, it was a great show, really good. Did you obviously built it, you knew Bird World was coming up beforehand. It was like, no.
Yeah.
When we step on stage, I don't know a damn thing that's going to happen.
No.
Right? I have some level of control about, I know how to end it and I know how to start it.
Yeah.
But I don't know the suggestions or anything. But it is, when you get that, people go, are you serious? You didn't know? No, I knew nothing.
Yeah.
Absolutely nothing.
Yeah. And
that's impressive.
Yeah, it is. And so that exact same show, my friends came to it, and the Bird World suggestion actually came from them based on a story of one of our friends having maybe one too many beers and the next day having a hangover so bad that they said the only way it would be cured is by going to Bird World, which is a genuine place. You can go to Bird World. I believe tickets will be available.
Does it cure hangovers?
Jury's out. The research is not conclusive. But so that's always been a bit of a joke in our friendship group. And then they came to see the show, and obviously locations. And apparently before we went on stage, they'd all been sat there kind of being like, oh, if they ask for a location, what should we say? And they were like, giggling, going, oh yeah, let's say Bird World. My friend was so convinced that we had like microphones in the audience and we heard them before and we're like planning what we could do with Bird World. I was like, no, if you'd heard us before we went on stage, it's us all freaking out and telling each other we love each other. We can't hear a word you're saying.
I think one of us went for a dump with actually
not
with
saying who, Lewis.
There's no time. No, keep it in. There's no time. It's all right.
It's just Mikey and I freaking out, going, "You're still a good person.
Yeah,
you're still a good
Whatever
person.
happens tonight, you'll still be loved by someone."
Yeah, Mikey and I are treating it like it's the apocalypse.
But there's no time. There's no time to prepare for it. But that's, I mean, and a lot of improvisers will say, well, of course that's the case. You're going to get, a location. But I do think it's the confidence. I mean, I think now about that same gig where you were an experiment. And
once again, representing women in improv.
A three-legged bird. That's right. But even in a scene where you basically put your leg up and sort of were very sort of proud, that was highly provocative in a scene.
That was full angle.
It was full angle. It was absolutely fucking brilliant because the audience now know there's a gauntlet being thrown down here, and now it's for me to respond in a way that's politically correct and can be, I don't know, just responded to in the right way in the right scene.
Yeah. I was going to say, I'm going to mildly pause while...
It's the Tesco man. Tesco man.
Hello. We're recording.
We're still recording.
We're recording.
Yeah. How's Tesco, man?
So good.
Really?
Yeah. No stopping me.
Was it like the full-on Tesco? Like with
Click and
clothes
collect,
and everything?
Mate.
Click and collect.
Get someone else to do it for me.
Oh.
I'm earning.
Look at you, going up in the world.
Don't worry about it.
You all right?
I'm all right, you all right?
Yeah, fine.
Doing good stuff?
No.
Yeah, it's like a therapy session.
No, obviously
really, isn't
not.
Yeah. Why are you not laying down?
No, I'm all right. I'm the therapist. It's more of just... Actually, it is actually mainly me doing a bit of therapy.
It's mostly, and I'd say mostly us just...
talking shite.
Yeah.
Good.
So, business as usual.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Would you like to listen in?
I can have a listen.
We're still recording, so
Yeah.
you
Well, I
can...
can't listen while it's recording.
You can listen live.
Why?
What, and ruin the podcast experience? That's another subscriber number that could be...
I listen to this shit anyway.
Well, that's what I tell you. I don't listen to the podcast unless I've got a lot of time to kill.
Yeah. And I'm drunk on a train.
Because that's friendship.
That's the best experience.
Yeah.
It is.
I have some frozen goods to put away.
Good luck to you.
Thank you.
Is that a euphemism?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, he's having an affair.
Oh, yeah. I've got a big stem of broccoli here.
Necrophiliac.
Oh, God.
Oh, no, get out.
Right, you, into the chest freezer.
If you know what I mean.
Well, after that lovely interlude.
I assume that's stayed in
bits
its
of
entirety.
bits of it will stay in.
No.
To work out what bits we keep in and keep out. So that the confidence thing is really interesting. So I guess moving forward now, like, what's next?
Mm-hmm.
So what sort of improv do you have a sort of an idea about the kind of improv you want to do? I mean, is it the stuff you're doing with We Are Dave right now, or the new things you want to try out?
Yeah. Oh, so, I mean, I love being in We Are Dave, and I love having that long form outlet. We do long form, we do kind of hour-ish long shows, and I love that. And I think we do a great job at coming up with new kind of formats and ways of challenging and bringing kind of improv and storytelling together. And I love that. I always have a passion for short form improv. That is what got me into improv in the first place. I very much grew up on Whose Line Is It Anyway? And to me, that is still the funniest thing in the world. No, bar You've Been Framed. That will always make me laugh.
You have a high brow for comedy, don't you?
People falling over.
You've Been Framed.
It's never not funny.
Do you sit here on like a Sunday afternoon at 4:00?
Do you know what? I've not watched it.
ITV3.
I've not watched it for years, but I would. Do you know what? It's what
Really?
it's guaranteed to make me laugh.
You like slapstick comedy?
I guess I do. I think, but with the very niche subgenre of people falling over.
I didn't know that about you.
Do you know what? I don't even know. Is it slapstick? I get.
I almost now want to go and hunt the charity shops of Surrey and Sussex and other home counties, the VHS tapes of, who was it who used to present You Being Framed?
Jeremy Beadle.
It was Jeremy Beadle.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then there were a couple of other people, the woman from Emmerdale, wasn't there, who did it?
Yes, who? She is really into improv.
Is she?
Yeah, Lisa Riley. So,
Is she?
So I went to see the Ben Schwartz show in 2023.
Yeah.
And she was in the queue, and I would not stop saying to my partner, "There's TV's Lisa Riley," to the point where I think she might have heard me.
Why didn't you just call her Lisa Riley?
No, because she's TV's Lisa Riley. I don't want to confuse her with the other Lisa Rileys in the area.
True. They'd all come running.
Yeah, exactly.
There's Lisa Riley. Where?
But do you know what? I so rarely ever see any celebrity that to see anyone remotely famous is such a thrill, and to see them in the wild is stunning. But yeah, she's a really big improv fan.
Are you an improv? Are you?
And am I an improv fan? No. This is pure business. I'm in this for the money.
I really am in this for the money.
I'm really here to further my career in the corporate landscape.
That's right. I'm looking for corporate gigs. Deloitte, Barclays,
the big four.
Yeah, the big,
Give me a call.
Big banks. Do you want to entertain your graduates on Zoom? I've done that,
but not like that. Have you?
Yeah, that's not an OnlyFans improv thing. I do improv.
What have you done? Improv for?
I have done
corporate improv.
I've done corporate improv.
Oh God!
It is utterly.
What an oxymoron!
So actually, it is. So I've delivered it and been on the receiving end of it. And the receiving end of it very recently, actually. So I've delivered it. It's quite soul destroying because you've got some people there who are up for it, and then you have a lot of people who are like, "I'm not up for this whatsoever."
Also, some people just naturally do not have a sense of humour. It's not even that you've got to be funny, it's just that they don't have a sense of humour or find anything funny.
But these were graduates, right, who just joined Deloitte.
They should.
So it's like, they're suited and booted and they're not really kind of, they're like, whatever. But the worst was, I've been on the receiving end of corporate very recently, about a month or two ago.
That sounds horrifying.
It was. So this guy got up. He was so patronising. He was like, oh, listen up, everyone. I know about it. You're an actor, mate. You're an actor. You were on the bill.
Was it done by Mikey?
No, even he couldn't get this gig. Even he. No. This guy had obviously been in the bill. And of course, there's nothing worse than being lectured to by someone who's never worked in that environment. Do you know what I mean? That's why I've got beef with people like Simon Sinek.
Yeah.
Right? When was the last time you worked in an office, Simon? Don't tell me about leadership. Or
what are you leading, Simon?
Or super nanny.
Oh, yeah.
Don't come into my house and start telling me what to do with kids, my kids, or any kids. I mean, let's be clear, my kids. That's kind of killed that one.
Do you ever do a podcast that doesn't incriminate you?
Oh no, all of this is all material.
All of this will be handed over to the courts in due course.
CPS very soon. It's like the other files. Let's not talk about that. My son the other day said to me, Dad, do you know who Epstein is?
Did you have to say not personally?
So interestingly, I said, yeah, I know him.
Yeah.
And he said, there was a guy at my school who said, but Epstein is like, this, that. It's obviously a big thing. He's 11. So I said, go back to your mate at school and tell him, my dad's been on Epstein's island. My wife went ballistic. Absolutely ballistic. Right? Yeah. She said, why the fuck are you telling him?
Yeah.
That sort of thing. I was like, it'll be fun. I said, do you honestly think if I'd been on Epstein's island, I'd be fucking living here?
Yeah.
Come on. Do you know what I mean?
Many people on the island have had falls from grace, so,
Yeah, but...
It's the perfect cover.
You don't fall from grace into suburban Surrey, do you?
That's exactly where you fall. That's like pinpoint where you fall.
Really? Yeah. Well, look, I'm in a Pizza Express all of a sudden.
Yeah, I'm in a Pizza Express and I cannot sweat.
And I can't sweat.
Can't and won't.
Well, actually, that is a problem. I do sweat, so at least I don't have that issue.
Yeah, I do call out your clammy hands a lot.
On stage, right? Like,
I don't know why I'm talking. I'm a nervous sweater.
I don't understand that. It's always been a case. My son's got it as well. Like sweaty hand syndrome. It's like, and now I'm just like, well, just deal with my sweaty hands, right?
Yeah.
Get over it.
Exactly.
It's normally because you've got beaming lights on top of you.
Yeah. And you're running around for an hour and you're thinking and you're nervous.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Anyone who doesn't sweat in that situation, I think, is suspicious.
Something wrong with you.
Yeah.
Back to the files thing. Anyway, the reason why I wanted to bring this up is this guy was giving a course about behaviours at work, and which is downright patronising, right? Don't tell me how to be a human. But anyway, so he then started to say, right, let's all get warmed up, do some improv games.
Oh, yes,
and I thought, no fucking way. Right? Improv and work are very separate things for me.
I will not zip zap zop in this environment.
No, this wasn't zip zap zop. This was Dutch clapping. Which
is that the...
It's the clapping, the clapping, high fives, right? And it was that. And then, when you do between two people, you go 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, go back and forward, right? He started doing that. And then I said to this bloke, I was like, I'm not doing this shit. And I was having a really long, really bad day.
Yeah.
And I said, I'm not doing this shit. I do this shit quite a lot.
Mm.
And so this, very arrogantly and wrongly, I want to be very clear, I was very arrogant and wrong. This guy come over and he goes, you could see I wasn't doing it because we were just doing random clapping. And he came up and said, how's it going? And I said, it's going fine. He went, are you going to do any of it? And there was a really awkward eyeball moment.
Yeah.
And I said, yeah, I'll think about it. And he went, fair enough.
Yeah.
And then just walked off. It was a really, really fucking awkward moment. Yeah. But I just improv at work.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not doing zip, zap, zop, right? You know what I mean? So I have been on the receiving end of it, of improv at work, and have also delivered it as well. So anyway, we've gone down a total rabbit hole. This is like
we always go corporate.
We go corporate.
We can't help ourselves.
We can't. Like Michael O'Hare, who you discovered.
Yeah, when I Googled the TV chef and your picture came up, imagine my surprise.
That's right. My many, many business interests.
Yeah.
So, short form, is that something you want to get back into then?
Yeah, I think short form done well is so fun, because also it's such a great way to connect with an audience, because for a lot of people, that is the only improv they know. Like, if you speak to an audience, most people will have seen some level of, oh my gosh, why can't I remember the name of it? Whose line is it anyway? Yeah. Thank you. Or, kind of like a Ben Schwartz, Schwartz and Middleditch, or I know they're more long form, but, that's the kind of improv that's accessible to people immediately.
Yeah.
And I think short form gets a bad rap, and I don't think it should, because when short form is done well, it is just as entertaining.
I agree.
I think people look down on it sometimes, or I think maybe because when you begin improv, you mostly begin with short form and short form games, because there is a lot of theory to long form. And I think it's almost seen like short form is beneath people. And I do not agree with that. I think it is just as much a skill to get short form good.
Oh, it really is.
As it is to do.
It
Because
really
I think
is.
long form gives you more, not more places to hide, that's not the right phrase, but like you get more time to think and you can craft it, which is fantastic. But in a short form game, in Party Quirks, if you are not accurately conveying that you are Shakira, like if you are like Shakira stuck in a tire, you've like,
it is a real skill. When I was with Gamez and they were a short form group, we used to spend many rehearsals picking apart games, trying to understand where is the funny. And I know that our good friend George has done quite a bit of that as well, right? And because otherwise they are just warm-up games and they're not impressive and they're not playful. Back to the earlier point, if you want them to be good, you've got to hone in on what, and actually some of them games are not funny. They are just warm-up games. So doing them in the round, I think certainly old school improv like the 90s and the 2000s would have sets. And I don't know if you know this, I did improv in around about 2007, 2008.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, for a brief period of time I had a residency in Scotland with a friend of mine. Wow. This is really weird.
I did not know this.
A good friend of mine at the time, he came up, stayed with me. We were going to do improv. He'd been studying improv at Commedia dell'arte.
Yeah.
And we had a weekly Saturday night improv slot in the Bayer Theatre in St Andrews.
Ooh.
We had an audience of regularly about 2-3 people. That's it.
That's enough.
That's enough. But we were doing it then. And the reason I'm sort of saying this is that we did lots of those kind of games where you would come and do games as warm-up in front of the audience. It was a thing to do, like do your warm-ups in front, do the word games in front of the audience. That was a very 90s and 2000s thing. That sort of thing has stopped now because it's just quite pretentious in the audience to go, I'm just here to see the main event. But it's an interesting one because I think that's where the confusion happens, is that people think, oh, there's warm-up games, but the real skill goes in understanding specific. And some games, some people are better at like guessing games, and some people are better at the kind of the quick fire change or something like that. Yeah. So that's really interesting. You're interested in doing that and pursuing that a bit more.
And I think you explain something that I love about it as well, is I am quite like a puzzle head. I love figuring out like why things work, and the beauty of short form and doing it well is exactly that. Why does that work? Why is that funny? Finding that, honing it, and crafting it. And I was in a kind of a short form group for a little while, and we did a lot of work on change. Yeah. And when you really get to like dissect and pick apart and go, okay, but why was that funny, and what makes that funny compared to the version we just did then, and finding that out and kind of like hitting that gold and then being able to repeat it is super exciting. And again, you still get the variety, because the whole point of improv is that it's, you're never doing the same thing twice. But you get to really, you just get to the funny. Yeah. And I love that. And that's what people respond to as well. And I think as well, short form, you get the audience in on it. They like being able to recognise the patterns, the jokes, the games of the scenes. Even if they don't know what it's called or a technical term for it, they know it because we see it in all other kinds of media and comedy. And sometimes like psychology, like the rule of 3. Like there's certain behaviours that just work. And so for an audience to be able to recognise that, it brings them in. And that's always something I love, that connection with an audience, and kind of both being able to like do the kind of wink at each other, being like, oh, you know that I know kind of thing, and that togetherness.
Think, in that vein, do you think, what's your thoughts around explaining games and things to audiences? I know we've talked a lot about it with We Are Dave. Yeah. How do you introduce that? What's your view? Do you have a particular view about how to explain short form games? Because there's some that people go, there's one school of thought which is kind of explain it exactly how it's going to work, and then there's another school of thought which is like, don't explain a single thing.
Yeah.
Where do you have a view about talking about connection? Do you have a view about?
Yeah, I think for me it depends on context. If you're presenting those games at like a jam and you've maybe got people who are improvisers but very new, sometimes explaining the mechanics of how it works I think can be really helpful, because you'll probably then get those people up at the next jam doing the game.
Yeah.
And it makes it more accessible to people who in the audience want to try it. I think if you've got an audience who are just there as an audience, they're not there because they want to do the improv themselves, I think it just needs introduction of, here's the basic idea of the game. I don't think you need to explain the mechanics of how it works or what they're going to do, or, you know, I sometimes hate it when more time is spent on explaining it, because a lot of us figure it out as we go. You know, kind of one of the ones that sometimes gets me is the intro to Revolver.
Yeah.
Is sometimes longer than Revolver itself.
Yeah.
I just need to know that there's going to be pairs and they're going to switch and they're all going to have a different theme. What are those themes? What are those words?
Yeah.
It does not need to be 5 minutes long.
Yeah, I know. I agree. And I think that same kind of ethos I've tried to apply to teaching as well. When I first started doing teaching, I had like a whole script of over explaining stuff.
Yeah.
And then sometimes I've gone into sort of teach and gone like, you know what? If you're new to this, just watch it.
Yeah.
And then you'll see what happens, right? It's just easy if you do. Have you, talking about teaching, is that something you've thought about doing yourself? Would you like to do it? Is it on the horizon? Is it nowhere near what you want to do?
I thought about it a little while ago, and I think it's something that's just never really happened.
Right.
Again, so this might be that confidence thing. I think I would struggle to legitimately feel comfortable being a teacher, because I feel like there's still so much about improv I don't know, or so much that I'm still inconsistent with. Like we were saying, you know, oh my God, like, you know, you rehearse with me on a weekly basis. How often do I forget basic platform? And I'm like, who am I to stand up and tell someone else how to do something when I still feel like a beginner myself?
It's interesting you say that, because I feel very much the same. And I don't like calling, I've used it, whilst I have used the term, just for ease of use. I don't see myself as a teacher. I guess I've made it equivalent, guru and teacher, the same.
Yeah, and you are both, yeah.
I'm merely a guru.
Do you know what? Part of me is shocked you don't make students call you Guru Dave.
Guru Dave. Well, I can't with the Sikh background. That would be slightly...
What, your Sikh background?
My wife's Sikh background.
You're married? Then what the hell are you doing in my house?
Well, this is awkward. So I have thought that, teacher, often I've a bit of a, I guess, crisis of confidence. Like, how can people call me a teacher when I don't really, I'm not perfect at, but you'll be about perfect versus good earlier on. I do think, however, I mean, it was Lewis that corrected me on this. I do think you can help guide people and give observations. I mean, one I did recently, a session I did recently, where to avoid getting into a back and forth with certain members of the class, you just did what my mum did there. She does that as well. When she wants to name things.
And he goes, I know. Yeah.
Big mouthing. But when I don't want to get into back and forth, I basically just say, just take it or leave it. This is like giving advice at home. Most people just ignore it and carry on. If you don't agree with me, just ignore it.
Yeah. Is an improv class basically like having kids?
Yes, it is.
I'll put my suggestion out there.
That's right.
But you're not going to do anything with it.
Even though I think I'm in charge, you're just going to do what you want to do anyway, aren't you? That is essentially, but I don't think it has to be. You know, I've been doing this for 20 years and I've got all these kind of followers. Yeah. I think anyone can impart things. I know I've seen people who've done a few courses, run a couple of workshops, who have read bits and pieces in books, right? And, you know, with a little bit, plus a little bit of experience as well. So I think everyone has something to give, but I agree. You've got to be confident in yourself to know, well, actually there's things to learn. And it is a different skill set as well. Yeah. Back to the explaining bit.
Yeah. Well, what's interesting, so I used to be a music teacher. That's like my very first career I had was a music teacher. And interestingly, so I was a woodwind teacher, and so my like main instruments were like flute and bassoon. And when I became a proper music teacher, I got given a list of clarinet students, and I was like, that's great, but I don't play the clarinet. And they were very much said, you know, they are beginners. All you have to know is one more than them. And that's something I've kind of taken into my life with me since, because it did work. And like, you know, I could teach them. I knew the fundamentals about the fundamentals about music. I knew how to read music, understand rhythm, pitch, all of that. It was just a slightly different vehicle. And so I'm starting to get a bit better at being, you know, like, you can still have value without having to be perfect at it. I think maybe I've been really spoiled by the teachers I've had, like such good teachers, and they know a lot about improv. Again, I think back to like my earlier point of, I really want to be the person that reads the improv books, that like studies it deeply. It's just a fundamental part of my personality. I just can't get there.
But I'm not sure that's interesting. I'm not sure that's one the same. I think reading books, you can obtain knowledge from that. But the people that, you know, the teachers you're sort of speaking about, right? They are teachers who think a lot about improv. Yeah. Right? Deeply think about it. They're not people who've read all right, you know, Ed and George have read huge amounts of text on it, but they are also deep thinkers about it as well. Yeah. And I think that you are a deep thinker of improv. I think about all the rehearsals we've had as well. And just some of the things we've tried to work through, either, you know, a basic tenet of improv, or indeed ideas for a new show. Yeah. We've thought, and what would work and what might not work with the audiences. It's because you think about it. And I think that's all I've ever based. I've read a couple of books on it, but I wouldn't say that my teaching is based on what I read now, the UCB. I've never read the UCB, even though I've got it. I bought it just to say I've got it. I've
got it in paper and audiobook, and I have got, I would say, no more than 3 chapters in each time.
I mean, audiobook, that's a bit full on, isn't it?
Do you know what? So I kind of, you know, have a bit of a commute to work, drive, and I'm always like, I should really be the person that like audiobooks. You should listen
to shit podcasts.
Well, I listen to lovely podcasts. I simply don't have time for this one, Dave. I'm a big Ellison John fan. Like that's my life.
My mum said to me the other day, yes, but it's not a proper podcast.
No, it isn't. This is a midlife crisis, Dave.
Thank you.
That's because this is cheaper than a Jaguar.
It is cheaper than Jaguar, that's right. And I can do it in my room. So that's that. Yeah, I don't think you necessarily need to have read everything up. I just think you need to be a deep thinker about it and be open to the fact that there are different interpretations of it. Yeah. People will have different interpretations of it. It doesn't mean your way is right or wrong. It just means you thought about it. Yeah. And actually, sometimes some of the best classes I've coordinated have been ones where I've gone, I never realised that before. And I've actually got something out of this, even though you've paid for it. Ha ha! Who's the loser now? I am, because then
you're scamming the system.
I never get called back.
Does this make you a tax fraud?
It does.
It feels like it.
It does. Sorry, just for the sake of the record.
HMRC, if you're listening. Because this will be used in the same court case.
I receive no money from my courses in teaching. That's true, I don't.
Or this podcast.
I don't. This podcast makes no money.
Does it not?
No, well, you're not going to get money from 3 people listening, are you?
You should get on Patreon.
Yeah, but it's getting close to like Cash App and OnlyFans, isn't it, really? Yeah. I have got some people listening in Korea.
Have you?
Well, apparently, but then, you know, people won't be listening through VPN. So they're watching porn whilst listening to my podcast.
Stream exclusively to perverts. Perverts in the UK.
That's good. Who also just like making shit up. Right, well, anyway, I think that probably covers everything that we need to. We've been all over the world. Yeah. Inside our minds and out. Thank you for allowing me to come over today. Thanks for your thoughts.
Thank you, and the Neighbourhood Watch will be escorting you out.
That's good.
If you think this won't be all over the Neighbourhood WhatsApp, mate, you've got another thing coming.
Oh, God, I can't wait. Right-wing people banging at my door. Thanks a lot.
No, thank you.
Cheers.
Bye.
So thanks very much for listening to the Nanofilm Improv Comedy Podcast. I really do appreciate it. If you wanted to leave a like on your podcast platform, that would be fantastic, because it lets me know that you've listened to it and you really enjoyed it. Also, if you wanted to leave a question or a comment about this particular podcast episode, or indeed other thoughts you've had about improv, I'd love to hear from you. It really resonates with me when people kind of respond and let me know their thoughts. It's just a lovely thing. And finally, if you feel super inclined, please feel free to share this episode or indeed the series with other lovers of the improv comedy art form. And I'll catch you in the next episode.